Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, year 9. Hope you are all well. Hope you're all staying in. We had lots of people. I tried to go for a run earlier, okay, because I know I'm really lucky, and I know some of you won't. You'll be stuck inside in your flats. But I've got literally, this is my garden, and just over there is a field, which I've been running around. I normally run down to the river, but with everything that's going on, I'm literally just running round and round the field. And I had to come home because there were people over there sunbathing and some people sat down having a picnic, which is not what we're supposed to be doing. And so I came home. I'm still hoping. I'm trying to get 35 miles by the end of April, so I get a medal and a top. Hopefully I'm on 20. What am I on? I'm on 27 miles at the minute, and I've got faster. Anyway, let's go on with your lesson rather than waffling on about my running. Okay, so I hope you're all staying in, and I hope you're staying safe, and I hope you're staying healthy, both physically but also mentally. Okay, up here it's so important that we try and keep our sanity in all of this. Wow, do you know what? Really impressed with some of the work that's come in from you guys, year 9. Absolutely brilliant. It was so talented. What a lot of talented artists we have, which is absolutely fantastic. Really, really good. I was seeing them come in and reading your justifications and stuff was really, really interesting. It was brilliant. Absolutely well done. It was really lovely. Thank you to those of you that said you really enjoyed it. I hope you're going to enjoy the set design as much. Sorry, I thought I saw something then. Must have been a ghost. I absolutely love set design. It's an area I really, really enjoy. I did scenography. That's a big posh word, isn't it? Did scenography at university. I did 2 modules in it, one in my second year and one in my, both were in my first year. And it was all about, basically it's all set design, and it's the crossover between art and set and theatre. It's so interesting. Now, if any of you artists are keen on the set design, like I can, if you're doing GCSE art, I can tell you about it. Might not fit in at all, but if you want to know some more, I can tell you about some set designers. And the Bauhaus it's a more art place, but they had lots of set designers in the Bauhaus back in sort of the 60s and earlier than that as well, and it was a real hub of creative, artistic ideas. So, set design, okay, what is set design? I want you all to have a think. No doubt Austin will have given me some well thought out answer by now. Yeah, I thought you might have said that, Austin. Anyway, set design. It is, I've got it written down because, oh no, go away, that's not what I want. Ooh, go away. Yes, that's what I want. Right, it is, the set is the space where the actors perform. That's it in its simplest terms, okay? It sets the world of the play. It's one of the most important, I mean, every part is important, but the set is one of the things that actually really gets everybody in the mood. It sets the atmosphere for the play, and it's one of the first things that the director and the designer will discuss. Because it has to be, it's such a big scale. Some of the set stuff will be on such a big scale, they need to get moving and start getting it made. So the designer needs to get cracking. So the set is an incredibly important part of the director and designer's vision for the play. It will be one of the first things discussed, as the look of the stage defines a play's place and atmosphere. Okay, remember I said that. The stage design helps tell the audience everything from when and where the play is set, okay, to the big ideas it is exploring. Okay, so it's set in the time period, so the historical context. That's why I've called it a historical period. I know it's a bit weird, we wouldn't normally really say that, but it's to link that to that historical context and the big ideas, the themes and the symbols that are coming in to it. Okay, so we study semiotics quite a lot. So semiotics is signs. Okay, so for example, when I'm driving in my car and I see an amber light, I don't go, oh, there's an amber light, and carry on. In my brain, it says, okay, I see an amber light, and in my brain it goes, oh, get ready to stop, okay, or get ready to go, right? I've been driving so long now, it's just naturally happens. So I'm driving along, I see a light go red, and I'll stop, okay, because to me, the red light means stop, green means go. So that's the semiotics. It's inert with it. So remember, I got confused because I'm so used to doing it naturally now, because I've been driving for longer than you lot have been born. But this idea that we respond to signs as human beings is inert within us. That's so that we can look at things like, let me give you an example here. All right, we've got, right, so this has gone, I've got this fruit that I can eat, but here, right, it looks like bird poo and it's all minging. That's a sign to me, as a human, that I can't eat that, might make me ill, might be mouldy. Now, bear with me, bear with. Right, this one, okay, if I open this one, so minging, make me ill. Right, this one, now it opens better. Look at that, nice and orange, okay. Nice and orange. All right, look. So came out easier, look, that's all. See, that says, even if we look at the outside, we can see the sign difference. Okay, and that one says, I'm minging, don't eat me. This one says, nice, eat me. Okay, so I can eat it. So, let's pray there was not a worm in there. I normally bite them to check first. So, it's inert within us as humans to look for the signs in things that we're looking at, okay? And that's what happens when we're in the theatre. And when we look at art, we're always, what's the meaning? Sorry, Mr. Cates just sent me an email. What's the meaning of this? And it's sort of within us, so that we don't have to consciously think about it too much. Now, the set design, okay? Sometimes the director and designer might decide to stage a play with very little scenery. Okay, they might just have lighting and costume. So if you think back to year 8 when we looked at the Robin Hood by Off Balance, where they just had that board, okay, and they were just wearing quite plain costumes, and really their set was just that board, okay, and it was how they interacted with that board and that physical theatre, which set it in Sherwood Forest, okay, or at the castle. So it can be very minimal, okay, or it could be really, really elaborate. And we could have, remember, like when we said about naturalism, okay, a naturalistic piece. So that's like, you know, our slice of, no Archie, not cake, even though a slice of cake would be nice. Slice of life on the stage, yeah, slice of life, oh, Miss Berry made a carrot cake. It looked very nice. I lived too far away, so I couldn't get any. I miss Miss Berry's baking. So, slice of life. You said slice of cake then. See, Arch, look what you do. On the stage, okay? And so that would be really detailed. It actually is like, if it's a living room on stage. So the set design will influence how the actors think about their parts and how they move around the stage. Okay, so remember we've looked at proxemics, so how actors stand on the stage in relation to each other to show a relationship. The set features in that as well. Okay, all right. So how, like, if you've got a chair, how are they going to sit on that chair and interact with that chair? I remember when I was in a play, the one that was sort of semi-naturalistic, there was a sofa, and quite often I would lean on the back of the sofa. Okay, so how does the character interact? Okay, right. So, how does it interact with other elements? So you've got your lighting, your sound. Lighting's the big one. How does it interact with the actors? Stuff like that. And how does it support the performance style? Now, you guys are doing Romeo and Juliet. So because it's a Shakespeare piece, I mean, you guys can go with a particular period. You could set it in the Elizabethan times, okay? 426 years ago, wasn't it, Austin? It was written. Shakespeare. It was Shakespeare's birthday last week. 456 years ago, apparently. So, happy birthday to the bard. But remember, we could, so if we look at that Baz Luhrmann's Romeo and Juliet, okay, the one with Leonardo DiCaprio and Claire Danes, that they've not set it in a historical period. They've kind of set it in this weird kind of fantasy time. So you can do that. Remember, we're looking for your artistic intentions, and this is where it is set. You can really go to town. I think if an example I've put on your sheets, actually, guys, is I would probably, because I absolutely love the Baz Luhrmann film. I went to see it 4 times because I had to do, back when I was in year 9, I had to do SATs, you know, like you did in year 6. I had to do those in year 9. And we had to do Romeo and Juliet. Now you're going to do Romeo and Juliet for your GCSEs, but some of you, the others would do the Scottish play. But yeah, we did Romeo and Juliet, and that was when the film came out. So I went to see it like 4 times, and then I lost count of the amount of times I've watched it on DVD. So I absolutely love the film. So I would, if I was going to direct a Romeo and Juliet, I would take quite a lot of those styles and a lot of 90s. I'd take a lot of 90s elements because it was in the 1990s, and kind of pick those up and put those into my design. I'd probably have some scaffolding to have different, because they use a lot of scaffolding in the film. I would probably recreate that, just because that's what I like in my set designs, because it gives you different layers and different things that the actors can interact with, and it helps with the balcony scene. And it needs to support the performance style, so it needs to support whatever style you are choosing. So mine would be quite stylized, okay? You might go for contemporary, so you could go modern, you could go with, that would go into your casting and stuff. So you could have like, your message could be something about like LGBTQ issues, okay? Maybe it's, Romeo and Julian and the families are arguing, and there's some kind of theme in there, and you want to reflect that somehow in your stage piece, or they're from maybe the families are different religious backgrounds. I know a big one when I was, again, around your age and slightly older, a big one was Protestants and Catholics, and because there were a lot of issues going around with Belfast, so that was a big one. There was actually a book that was written in the 90s. I remember reading it at school. So you guys can play with this. You've got a lot of room to play. Now, the minimum I want you to do is a ground plan. So go and research, type in, do a little bit of research. I know lots of you went and did mood boards. So take your costume design mood board. Now, this needs to fit with your costumes, okay? Take those designs and now start looking for one with a set design. I would type in Romeo and Juliet Theatre Productions. The National Theatre have done one. There is one on YouTube by the RSC at the minute, so have a look at that. And they've also got a Shakespeare on YouTube by the National Theatre. It is Twelfth Night with Tamsin Greig. Have a look at that. I think there is a Romeo and Juliet on the National Theatre collection, so I will share with you, I'll put it in a document and share with you later in the week if you want to watch it. We've got we can access remotely the National Theatre collection, so I will share, we've got a licence for school, so I'll share that with you later in the week. Now, what I want you to do with your set designs, okay, one of the first thing a set designer would do is they would do, they would sketch a storyboard out, okay, of the scenes and the key bits of set. You can do that, okay, you don't have to, but you can do that. The thing I do want you to do is, if we have a look at here, is a ground plan. So it's a bird's eye view. Sorry, I'm not that technical yet with my videos. It's a bird's eye view of the set and what it's going to look like. Okay, so that's the minimum I want you to do. On your sheet, you've got a, you can do a mind map. You can draw it as if the audience was looking on at it, and also that ground plan, because I thought that might help you. Now, something I want you to consider is different types of staging configurations, Year 9, okay? We haven't looked at this an awful lot, okay? But you've got the proscenium arch like the Bristol Hippodrome, so that's your traditional kind of end-on piece. You've got traverse, so like the Railway Children we saw last year, okay? You've got traverse, so that's like Billy Elliot. Traverse is like the Railway Children where they're sat either side. You've got in the round, which is like the Tobacco Factory. Thrust, which is like the National Theatre, even though it comes out a bit more in a big kind of round there. But you've got thrust with this bit that juts out. And promenade, where you've got a scene here, you've got different scenes dotted about, okay, and the actors walk the audience around the different bits of set. Now, the easiest is going to be this one because that's what we're used to, okay? But to challenge yourselves, some of you may want to take one of these other staging configurations, okay? So, ground plan. You appear to be having a party over there. So, ground plan. Right, the other thing you can do, so if you want to extend this, okay, you can do your mood board. You can do a, oh, I do apologise, Year 9. You can do a, what they call a model box, or a set, box set I call it. So you can do a box set. That's that's Antigone there. So you can do a box set. Now, here's an example of a box set. This is for Treasure Island. You can also watch this if you like. So that's the box set for Treasure Island. So they've gone mainly with keeping it on the boat. So even though they go off the boat, that's where the audience used their imagination. So they've kept it on the boat. That's the box set. And then that's it in real life. Okay. only use what you have at home. If you haven't got anything at home, don't stress out, don't do it. Yeah, that's simple as. But if you want to, you know, it's like I was going to do it, but I'd had 1,000,006 other things to do. I mean, I'm not quite sure how time ran away with me this week, but it has. But I'm collecting these for next year. So those of you that are doing GCSE, if you do set design, if you do set design, you'll have some of these little boxes, because this is what my moisturiser comes in. But yeah, get a box. I'd cut the front away so you can look in, and on the top you could go and pop bits across for your lighting. Okay, so we will look at lighting, and it'll all tie in. So I hope that's as clear as a muddy puddle. I've managed to get myself totally confused. So that is, yeah, that's it this week. If you think it's going to take you longer, you know, do it as and when you can. Email me and be like, oh miss, I'm going to be a little bit slower, I'm just taking a bit longer on it. That's absolutely fine. Yeah, absolutely fine. So yeah, hope you're all having a good time. Hope you are looking after those who are looking after you, staying in, even though goodness knows what it sounds like. It sounds like a party's going on over there. But okay, stay safe, stay in, wash your hands, and make cups of tea for those at home who are looking after you. All right? Cheerio, Year 9. Hope you have a good time. Bye.